Breaking news on a Monday afternoon. Run it back, says Notre Dame head coach Marcus Freeman. And we do have more information on just exactly what this means. Sports Illustrated's Pat Forty reported that this is a contract extension, and the compensation is putting Marcus Freeman in the top tier of college football. Great reporting again by Pat Forty of Sports Illustrated on this. Notre Dame confirmed that Freeman has agreed to a restructured contract. Freeman signed a 6-year contract last December. That news broke right before the Indiana game, and this revised agreement adds one more year to the end, extending him through 2031, according to 40. So big news here. I mean, I tweeted this out, from the Blue and Gold account, 2026, run it back. Obviously, this is what Freeman said. And people are like, oh, so he's just re-upping for another year. We're going to do this again next year. Eric, that's not the case. And you had been reporting that for a while at Blue and Gold.
Yeah, I think that's why there was maybe some angst among the Notre Dame fans and why Marcus really wanted to take the time to get this right. It feels like, oh, well, he just added a year. My sense is that the language in the contract is going to make it more difficult for teams to poach, whether it's NFL or college teams, to poach with a larger buyout. That's just really, really difficult. I think that's where some of the restructuring and the compensation too. But I believe that Marcus Freeman really is a commitment, and I'm not trying to be a South Park kid here and say 6-7 years, but I felt, when I wrote my intel piece last week, I said it'll be an assurance for the kids that he's recruiting now in the 2027 class that he will be their coach through the end of their career. And I really believe that he will do that.
Tyler, James, what's your reaction to this news?
Yeah, obviously sort of what we were expecting, but had been waiting to hear final word on. And certainly good news for Notre Dame, and can end sort of the weeks of angst. I think Eric and I had talked previously, and I was like, I don't know that I would be too concerned as a Notre Dame fan unless this hadn't been settled by the end of the NFL season, and now we're a week out before the NFL season will end, and this is wrapped up from Notre Dame's perspective. So that's good news. The timing works well for Notre Dame ahead of the transfer portal opening, and now the NFL teams that may be considering Marcus Freeman can move on to whatever they want to do. And so I think it's unfortunate. But it's reality in terms of like this is what the business is now. He has to weigh his options and make financial decisions that benefit him. And I don't think this will hurt Notre Dame. I think people are overreacting in terms of this bringing some sort of uncertainty to the program. It only would hurt Notre Dame if he left. Like if he's here, and so I don't think there's going to be any sort of backlash or hurt Notre Dame's chances to pursuing folks in the transfer portal, because I imagine there's been plenty of confidence expressed behind the scenes that, listen, he's not going anywhere, and we're going to continue to build upon what we've been building at Notre Dame.
Yeah, and Rivals Chad Simmons had a report yesterday about a 2027 recruit, a 5-star defensive end, and the recruit said, yeah, I've been really building a relationship with Marcus Freeman these past few weeks. I'm like, yeah, that to me was, you don't want to read too much into that, but that was kind of a good signal to me that, like, yeah, there was that confidence, like you said, Tyler. In 40's report, he did say that there was multiple NFL teams, and of course the Giants were, admirers of Marcus Freeman. We had known that, but the Titans are the other opening. So not really a surprise there that Marcus Freeman's name was a hot commodity in NFL circles. And of course, after the season ends, there will be more NFL job openings. So yeah, Eric, again, great news on a Monday afternoon. Any other thoughts on Freeman? I don't know if re-signing is the right verbiage, but extending that deal.
Yeah, I think the one thing that will come out in the days and weeks to come is that part of this was making sure that the assistants were taken care of, that there was a commitment to kind of keeping the core together. You're never going to be able to do that with a staff, completely with a staff as talented as Marcus Freeman's, but having Mike Denbrock stay on for the long term, having Chris Ash committed, having some of the top assistants, and making it really difficult financially for them to make a move. I think that's a big part of what was being negotiated.
Yeah, when I was reaching out for confirmation today, I received from a source a quote that said he wants to be here with these student athletes. And I mean, I think that's important perspective when we think about what Marcus Freeman's future is. I think there are plenty of us that think he may end up in the NFL at some point, but I think he really does value the college game and being able to sort of make an imprint on these young men's lives. And I think that is probably, from my perspective, maybe his best, where he's most valuable. I think he's a tremendous role model for college football athletes, and I think they can relate to him on a number of levels. And so I think that has a lot to do with the success that he's had, and it seems that he understands that value that he brings, and he really values it himself, the way he can help these guys move on in their careers and in their life.
All right, folks, that is news. Please hit the thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to the Blue and Gold YouTube channel for more content, and blueandgold.com is your home for all things Fighting Irish football coverage. So go to the website for more on this news and more coverage of your Fighting Irish. Again, hit that thumbs up, folks, and we'll catch you guys next time.